Well, good day. This is Introduction to Spreadsheets. We're going to be using Microsoft Excel as an example of a spreadsheet program. Microsoft Excel 2007 has the ribbon that we've seen before. The ribbon has tabs on it across the top. It has the same quick access toolbar. It has the same Office button. We can hide the ribbon by giving one of the tabs a double click, and now the ribbon is out of the way. We can see this spreadsheet is made up of columns and rows. It sort of looks like graph paper. Here's column E, here's column F. The columns have letters on the top and the rows are numbered. Row 7, row 10, row 13. The intersection of a column and a row is called a cell. Here's cell F8. You always give the column letter first and the row number second. This is cell F8. I can click here and that is cell D2. And if I click here, that is cell C10. You always give the column first. There's lots of columns in this spreadsheet. Do you think it goes all the way past Z? Let me press the right arrow, right arrow, right arrow. I'm going to see if it goes all the way to Z, and it does. After the Z comes ABC again. ABC, but it has an A in front. So there's more than 26 columns. After Z comes AA, AB, AC. Do you think it goes all the way to AZ? Let's go see if it goes all the way to AZ. Sure enough, it goes all the way to AZ and then ABC again. It starts the alphabet again with a B in front. So after it goes to B, it goes to BZ, then it goes to CA all the way to CZ, and then it goes all the way to ZZ. Do you think it goes past ZZ? Let's go find out. Well, here we are at column ZZ, and sure enough, there are more columns. It goes to column AAA. AAB. So here's the alphabet again with double A's in front. And after it has AA in front, it goes to AAZ, and after AAZ, it goes to ABA. And after it goes to ABA, it goes all the way to ABZ, then ACA, all the way to ACZ, then all the way to AZA, AZZ. After AZZ, it goes to BAA, and it just goes on and on and on. If you want to get to the end of the worksheet, you hold down the control and tap the arrow in the direction you want to go. For instance, if I want to go all the way to the right, I'd hold down the control and I tap the right arrow. And I go to the very last column. The very last column is XFD. There are 16,384 columns. It's not important that you know the exact number of columns, but you should know there's over 16,000 columns. If you want to get back to cell A1 really fast, you can hold down the control and tap the home. Control home always goes to A1. If you want to go down and see how many rows there are, you could hold control and tap the arrow in the direction you want to go. I want to go down, so I'll hold down the control and I'll tap the down arrow, and I'm on row 1,048,576. There's over 1,000,000 rows. You don't have to know exactly how many rows there are, but there's over 1,000,000. Are there more columns or are there more rows? Yes, there's more rows. There's only 16,000 columns and there's over 1,000,000 rows. And that is just on sheet 1. There's also a sheet 2 and a sheet 3. These are called worksheets, and worksheets are grouped together into workbooks. When you save this, you save all the sheets together. It'll save by itself, and that's called a workbook. So there's a difference between a worksheet, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and a workbook. How many cells are there, do you think, in an entire sheet? That's 16,384 times 1,048,576. There's over 17 billion cells on a worksheet. And if you took 3 sheets together, that's over 50 billion cells. And hey, you can add more worksheets if you want to. Let's get that ribbon back and we'll take a look. We'll double click any tab, maybe this one. We get our ribbon back, and over here on the home tab it says insert. You click insert and it says, what do you want to insert? A sheet? And it says, hey, you could have done shift F11, that would have inserted a sheet. Or you could click this button, insert, and then sheet. So I'm going to give it a click, and poof, now I'm on sheet 4. I could insert a sheet. I could either use the button or I could do shift F11. But I don't want sheet 4 over there, I want sheet 4 over here. So I will just grab this tab and I'll just hold down the mouse, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, drag it across, drag it across, drag it across, drag it across, and then let go. Poof, there it is. It's in the right order. Well, what is a spreadsheet all about? Who needs it? What's it for? And why do we even have one? Each one of these little cells is a calculator. Spreadsheets are good for two things. They can do math and they can make charts like a pie chart or a graph of some sort. Here's how you do calculations. You start with the equal sign. You might say equals 5 plus 6, enter it in, and poof, gives me the answer right away. Now if I click on this 11 right here, up on the formula bar, this is called the formula bar, it tells me what I typed in. I typed in equals 5 plus 6, and the answer down here is displayed. The answer is 11. So I can do another formula really quick. What about equals 273 divided by, look at that, divided by 7. Do you know what the answer is? Enter. Hey, that computer's quicker than you. 273 divided by 7 is 39. So if I click on it, the answer is displayed in the formula bar. It tells me what I typed in. So every single one of these cells is a little calculator, and it can do a lot more than just add or subtract or multiply or divide. It can do the most complex math that's ever been done. There are 9 pointer shapes that I want to teach you about on a spreadsheet. When you use your pointer in a spreadsheet, it's trying to tell you what you're about to do. So let me type in a number over here, maybe a typical number like just 3,000, enter it in. So if I click on it, I notice that it has a border around it, doesn't it? And it's a nice thick black border that goes all the way around. And if you point precisely at the border, it changes shape, doesn't it? Look at that. It looks like an arrow that has little black arrows sticking out of it. And that is when I'm pointing at the border, I get a new shape, and it's trying to tell me something's going to happen. So now I'm going to hold down the mouse and I'm going to drag this border to a new place. So now I'm holding down the mouse and I'm going to drag it over here, and now I'm going to let go. What happened? What happened to my 3,000? It moved. When you point to the border, oh, not this little black thing in the corner. Oh, no, not the little box in the corner. No, no, no. But when you get to the edge, the border, look, it changes to a different shape. Down here, or maybe down here, or up here, doesn't matter. As long as you get on a border, now you hold down the mouse, you drag it to a new place, you let go, it moves. That's one of the shapes. One of the 9 shapes I want to tell you is the move shape. Now I want to tell you about this little black handle in the corner. This little black handle is called the copy handle. It's really called the fill handle, but I call it the copy handle because what it does is it copies. If you get directly on it, you get a new shape, and that's a little black plus sign, and that tells you you're about to copy with the copy handle. So now I'm going to hold down the mouse and I'm going to drag it down, drag it down, drag it down, drag it down, and let go. It copies. I can copy straight down, or I can copy to the right. Drag it over there. I can click it. I can drag it to the left. You don't have to just go down or to the right. Get exactly on it. You get a new shape, a little black plus sign. Drag it over, and I can copy it. I can even copy it straight up. Copy it straight up. Great. If you get on this copy handle and you drag it with the little black plus sign and you drag it into itself, it's like committing suicide. You just stabbed yourself. Watch, let go. It deletes. So if I was to click on this one and I grab the copy handle and pull it down, I can copy. But if I click on this one and I grab the copy handle and I pull it into itself, suicide. You just killed yourself. What if I want to copy something that's far away? I don't want to copy just next door. I want to maybe copy this 39, and I want to copy it way over to here, over to B3. So I'll give it a click, and I don't want to get the edge because if I do that, I'll move it. I don't want to move, so I'm going to point to the border just like this, and very carefully I'm going to hold down the Control key. Hold down the Control key and then drag it to a new place, and then let go. Ooh, now I got 2 39s. I copied it. So I got a new shape. Watch what happens when I hold down the Control key. Do you see that? It's got an arrow. It's got a little tiny plus sign that says, hey, you're going to copy this thing. And you're not going to move it now. I'm going to hold down the mouse and I'm going to move it to or copy it to a new place and let go. Hey, look at that. Control copy is different than using the copy handle. Now we know 3 shapes: move, copy handle copy, and control copy. Let's go to a new sheet and look around. Here on sheet 1 I'm going to type 20, and next door I'm going to type Jim, and next door I'm going to type 40, and next door I'm going to type Jan, my friend Jan Autry. That looks pretty good. I'm going to copy this 20 down. I'll click on the 20 and I'll grab the copy handle. I'll pull it down. I get a bunch of 20s. If I click on Jim and I grab the copy handle and I pull it down, I get a bunch of Jims. And if I click on the 40 and I grab the copy handle and I pull it down, I get a bunch of 40s. And if I click on my friend Jan Autry, I'll hold down the copy handle and I'll pull it down and what? Hey, the computer knows this word Jan. That's not Jan Autry. That is January. So he knows that word Jan, and he thinks, hey, you don't want a bunch of Jans, do you? So what if I spelled out January? January, enter. If you get right back on it and grab the copy handle, that little black plus, pull it down, what do you get? Hey, you get months of the year. The computer knows Jan and it knows January. It also knows Monday and MON, Mun. Let's get on the copy handle, pull it down, see what we get. Hey, it knows the days of the week. If I grab this Mun and I pull it down with the copy handle, hey, it knows that too. You notice some of these get chopped off though. I can't read Wednesday up there anymore. It got chopped off. So now I'm going to make it a little bit wider. So I'm going to get on the line between the F and the G. Oh, look, a new shape, a new shape. Not down here, not up here in the formula bar. When you're on the formula bar, you get this I-beam thing. It says you want to type something in the formula bar. But if you get on the heading, oh, there's a new shape, and it says you want to make the columns wider. So I'm going to hold down the mouse, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, and then let go. Oh, look at that. So that's another shape. You can change the column width. You can do the same thing with the row height. Get on the line maybe between the 2 and the 3. You get a new shape. Hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, drag it. Hey, look at that. You can make the rows higher. Sometimes you want to select an entire column. Let's go look at that. Here's a spreadsheet. It's pretty long. Let's do control down arrow and see how far we go. It's got 1,920 rows. Let's do control. Oh, let's just see. There's 1,920. Who typed all this stuff? Yeah, it was me. You're welcome. I typed it all. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to do control home, go to the top. Maybe I want to highlight all of these F's. So I'm going to click. Oh, here's a new shape. A little black arrow that points down. That means you're about to select the entire column. Give it a click. Hey, you selected the entire column. Let's make them red. Hey, now the whole column is red. All the way to the end, let's do control down arrow. Hey, all the way to the end, let's do control up arrow. So sometimes you want to change an entire column. You can highlight the entire column. You can do the same thing with a row over here and you get a new shape. Oh, look at that. A little black arrow means you're about to select that row. So I give it a click and I want to select that row and maybe I want to change it to bold. I just do B for bold and poof, it's bold. So you can highlight a column with a little black arrow. Hey, that's a new shape. Or you can highlight a new row with a little black arrow. Hey, that's a new shape. Finally, you want to select things. If you want to select things, you get in the middle with a big white plus sign and say, I just want to do a few. I want to do these, and so I highlight them with a big white plus sign. Maybe I'll change the font to something maybe a little different. Maybe this one, just to be different. There you go. Sometimes you want to highlight text inside and use the big white plus sign. That's a new shape. I'm just going to highlight some text, maybe about this much, and I'm going to turn those green. So give it a click, and green's this one. Looks good to me. Fine. So let's go do some simple arithmetic. Here I am on a clean sheet. I'm going to type a number, maybe 10. Next door I'll type a 2. I'll skip a column, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them up. After that I'm going to subtract them. We can multiply. I'll teach you how to divide. And let's say we'll even do an exponent. What do you think about that? We'll even do an exponent. So I'll go to C1, and this is where the answer is going to be. So that's where I'm going to click it, and I'm going to put in a formula that will add these two together. So it starts with an equal sign, and after an equal sign I'll say I'm going to add whatever in A1. I'm not going to type a 10. No, I'm not going to type a 2. I'm going to say I want to take whatever's in A1, I don't care what it is, and I'm going to add to it whatever's in B1. So I'm going to use that big fat plus key on the number pad. See, way over on the right hand side of your keyboard, way over there on the right hand side of the keyboard is the big fat plus key. I'm going to do that big fat plus, and then I'm going to type B1, and it says take whatever's in A1 plus whatever's in B1. That's my formula. I'm going to enter. He says 10 plus 2 is 12. Let's do subtract. It starts with an equal sign. Equals A1 minus, I'm going to use that minus sign that's right above the big plus sign. Use that number pad way over there on the right hand side. Use the number pad. Above the big fat plus key is the little tiny minus key. There's my minus. Use that number pad. Then I'm going to type B1, A1 minus B1. I'm going to enter. 10 minus 2 is 8. Time to multiply. What's this going to start with? Starts with equals. Equals A1, and then I'm going to do times. Now times is over on the number pad, and it's that little asterisk. It's above the big fat plus, it's above the minus, and it's an asterisk, sort of looks like a star. A1 times B1, I'm going to enter that in. 10 times 2 is 20. Time to divide. What's it going to start with? Going to start with equals. Then A1, now it's time to do divided by. Look on that number pad way over there on the right hand side. There's a big fat plus. Above that is the minus. Next to that is the star key. That's the multiply key. And then, hey, that is the slash key. There it is, slash. Divided by B1. Enter it in. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now we'll do exponents. What do you think it's going to start with? Yes, it's going to start with equals. Equals A1, and now I'm going to use the caret. And there's no exponent over on the number pad. The caret is on the 6, and you got to shift to make it. Looks like that. Can you find it? It's on the 6. You got to shift to make it. That's called a caret. A1 raised to the power of B1. Enter it in. Let's see what we get. 10 to the 2 is 100. So now we'll go up here, and up in C1 in my formula bar I can see that I added them. You have to know how to do add. I subtracted them. You have to know how to do subtract. I know how to do multiply. Just multiply two simple numbers together. Divide is the slash. Exponent is the caret, but uh-oh, I made a terrible mistake. A terrible mistake. It's not supposed to be a 10. Sorry. It's not supposed to be a 10. It's supposed to be 45. So I'll do 45 and I'll enter. Hey, look at that. I got all the right answers. That's because in the formula I didn't put 10 plus 2. I put whatever's in A1 plus whatever's in B1. So if I change the number, the formulas will change too. So it's not really supposed to be a 45, it's supposed to be a 22. So I type a 22 and enter, and poof, all my numbers change. I'm going to go back and do those formulas a different way. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to highlight them all with my big white plus sign, and then I'm going to grab that copy handle and I'm going to pull it into itself. Uh-oh, what's going to happen? Up it goes, up it goes. I'm stabbing myself. What's going to happen? They're going to delete. Oh, they're gone. So I'm going to do the formulas a different way. I'm going to do it this way. Equals, and then instead of typing an A, instead of typing a 1, I'm just going to go point to it. I'm just going to click on it. Hey, look at that. It types in the A1 for me. Then I'll put in the plus myself. I'll put that big giant plus sign in there. And now I'm going to put B1, but I'm not going to type a B, and I'm not going to type a 1. I'm just going to click on it. Hey, look at that. It types in the formula for you. Enter. Now I'm going to do equals this one. Click it. Minus this one. Click it. Enter. Now I'm going to do another one. Equals this one. Click it. Multiply this one. Enter. Now I'm going to do equals this one. Give it a click. Divided by this one. Enter. So you don't have to type the A, you don't have to type the 1, you don't have to type the cell reference. Those are called cell references. You don't have to type them in. I'm going to say equals this one, caret this one. Oops, I missed it. This one. There, much better. Enter. Hey, that's about all there is to it.